They not like us. 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 They not like us.
A death row chain. Nobody had a bitch ain't never had a death row chain or a row chain. Never in life. But if Drake really trying to do something on a Tupac, he should get at a motherfucker who really fuck with Tupac all the time, still today. Stop fucking with those weirdos who was jealous and hating on Tupac. It had something to do with his downfall. You is gonna fuck with him, Drake.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Make sure you hang with in the privacy of your own home. Yeah, that's about it. You know, when it's all said and done, that's not a Tupac chain. That's not a death row chain. But back to Drake. Whoever sold you that chain, Drake, you need to go beat his motherfucking ass.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and that was Suge Knight saying that Tupac's chain that Drake bought at an auction was fake, and it looked fake. Like, don't get me wrong, Tupac didn't have no big ass pendant, but it would. I don't recall it being that little. Pause. So, or maybe it is, and Suge is like trolling from the jail. Yeah, he could just be trolling. If it is real, yeah, this is just another reason why people think he's a sucker. Is because I forgot who posted it on Twitter, but they said buying Tupac's old shit doesn't matter. I think Drake done bought Tupac's shot up Mercedes BMW. He's bought a ring. He's bought a necklace. He's bought several other memorabilia things that are related to Tupac. And just as like a man, like the groupieism is at an all-time high for this nigga. I understand if you like a real fan of Tupac, but I guess that's what happens when you got a lot of money at your disposal. You can actually buy shit that you wish you had from a nigga. Even though, me personally, as much as I like Tupac's music, if I had $400 million, I think the last thing I'd be trying to buy is things that belong to him. Like, I don't know, at this point, I don't know what the fuck the estate is doing. I don't know if they're hurt for money. I don't know if they need the bread, but selling off his stuff. And last time I checked, his estate was worth $125 million. Now, his sister is suing the director of his estate for $5 million, but that's only because she alleges he spent $3 million to pay himself a salary. I don't think the estate needs money. I highly doubt Tupac's estate is broke, considering the Spotify streams, the YouTube streams, the Apple Music streams, the record sales, the backlog of the record sales, like the unreleased music. Like, it's just so much shit. His mom sold his clothing line for $30 million. Like, it's so much money that this nigga has generated, even in death, that I highly doubt that his estate is hurt for money. So the fact that they're auctioning off shit like his necklace piece, and who knows, maybe it's the, like, I would have thought that would have gone in a museum or at the Tupac Amaru Shakur Foundation. Like, at this point, donated to the Wax Museum. Like, that's an artifact. Like, I don't know why they're selling shit that belonged to Tupac. But if Suge say it's fake, it's probably fake. But you also gotta look at the person saying it. What the fuck does Suge know? Suge been locked up for 7 years, and he been broke longer than that. So this could just be another antic of Suge Knight just talking out his ass. We'll never know. Me personally, I don't give a fuck if it's Tupac's artifacts or not. If it is, all it does is show that this nigga Drake is a groupie, and shit like this is why, like, the real hip hop fan base doesn't fuck with, is why they fuck with Kendrick Lamar, because Drake does a whole bunch of sucker shit. Like, this doesn't look cool. Like, the part of being, and people get fucked up, the part of being a hip hop artist or doing hip hop in general, to do hip hop, you kind of got to be cool. Name me one nigga in the game that wasn't cool that sold records that had a viable career. I'll wait. Like, usually the outcasts or the misfits or the pariahs, if you will, of hip hop, they tend to not have a long illustrious career. So I don't know if this is in Drake's intention, or he's just, I already think though he's a lame. And what's the famous saying go? Money doesn't unlame you. Like, you can have money and still be a lame. Just the opposite is true. You could be a broke nigga and be cool. Swag is some shit you can't fake. You can't fake being a cool nigga. You either are a cool nigga or you're not, but you can't fake it. And I think that's what he's having a hard time. He's trying to pretend like he's something that he really isn't. He's really not a cool nigga. And money don't unlame you. Buying Tupac's necklace is some lame shit. Cause like, what are you buying it for? So when you have bitches over, you can like, yeah, I bought Tupac's chain. They gonna look at you like you a dick rider. Even in death, dick riding is not a form of transportation. Should probably not do it. That's just me though. Drake's a part of the younger generation because he's a few years younger than me. And actually, no, let me take that back. The nigga's a millennial just like me, so he know better. He grew up in a time, 1998 was a time where you couldn't do no whack shit. I think Drake's like 38. I'm about 4 years older than him, so 98 he would have been 11. He know the game. He's about the same age as one of my brothers. You grew up in an era, you know whack shit is whack shit. You know certain shit you are not supposed to be a groupie. Especially being one of the hottest niggas in the game. That's like being Jay-Z and dick riding, buying Biggie's old artifacts. Jay-Z would look crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I wasn't gonna talk about this, but then Suge chimed in with saying it was fake. And first thing that came to my mind is, how the fuck Suge know if it's fake? He ain't the holder of none of Tupac's possessions. In any event, if y'all like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.
Oh, you're a culture vulture, or like like people will describe the collaborative efforts that I've put forth and the artists that I've picked up and lifted up, or shine a light on as me taking. They'll put a negative spin on it and try and tell me, that it's a self-serving thing or whatever. And I think I get really sensitive about that. And I think at that moment I was just like, well, you know what? Then don't even worry about it.